Welcome to the Journeyman Cave, a podcast where we meet and chat with some of boxing's most seasoned road warriors, hosted by Mark Shakespeare and Chris Scarfe.
Welcome back to the Journeyman Cave, everybody. We're back with round 37. And as you've noticed, this is a second part of our Mittoo's pod, because it was such a good chat that we had to split it into two, I think, and it would have been quite a lot to get through in one sitting. So back with me as always, Mr. Mark Shakespeare. You all right?
Yeah, good, mate. I think we had to make this into a two-parter. A bit like Paddy's, really. You jammed a lot in, and again, I think we could have stayed longer, couldn't we?
Oh, I mean, it took us long enough to get there, didn't it? But yeah, it were. Harv's one of them guys you could honestly spend all day just chatting with him. He's so hospitable and welcoming, and I really enjoyed meeting him. So we've got two parts. This is the second part. I'm sure you'll enjoy it just as much as the first. So we'll unless you've got anything else you need to add.
Yes. Next time you come down, Harv, you've got to put the kettle on, mate.
Yes, we'll go down for a brew. Right, part 2 with Harv Mittoo.
I remember fighting a fellow. He was a few weights heavier than me, and he's one of my good friends now, a guy called John Joe Finnegan. Have you heard of him?
Yes.
From Stoke-on-Trent.
Yeah.
Beautiful guy. We speak quite regularly on the phone, we do. You know what I mean? He says,
Yeah.
I'll never forget what you done for me then. You know, I sold about 500 tickets, and you come in at the last minute to fight me. I don't know what I would have done if you didn't step in to fight me. This guy was a few weights heavier than me. So I weighed in at 11, and he come in at about 12.7.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was a 4-2 though.
Did they put it down to 4-2s on the night?
Yeah.
And so they should.
4-2s,
They still do that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little bit of compensation
And even
for him
now,
that way.
he still goes on about it now. He's a lovely guy. He still goes about
You
it
saved
now.
that show.
Yeah. He says, I'll never forget that. You don't understand the amount of tickets I sold on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He still says it now.
You saved the show, mate.
Always speaks about me highly, and I like that. That's very nice of him. I'll get on very well with him. John Joe Finnegan.
And
Had a little injury, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the fight, yeah.
Good fighter.
Yeah, good fight. Shame about that. Really upsets me, but we always speak,
But like you said, they're the things that people don't see. They don't see that you step in there, you guys.
No.
You guys are in there to save the shows.
Yeah.
Records are for DJ. We mention it all the time, mate.
Yeah.
You're the guys who are there week in, week out with these ticket sellers. You're the guys who are there to fill these shows up, and we aren't you.
Yeah.
These shows that happen, mate.
Absolutely.
And you should be very proud of that.
Absolutely.
So we're going to go on to another journeyman now, mate. The late, great Ernie Smith.
Ernie Smith.
What are you tough?
Another guy. But the only the reason I lost that.
I've got this down as a draw here.
It was a draw. But to me, even though it was a draw, I thought, bloody hell, that's like a loss, that is. Because I won that fight. I weren't going to win. That was he was the home guy. I was the away guy.
Ernie Smith in the home corner.
At the time,
I don't believe it.
It was one of his. If you look at it, what number fight was that?
That was his third fight.
Yeah, you see.
He was 0-2 at the time.
Yeah. So it was his first fight. They tried to get him a win. Rather than give it the fight to me, give it a draw. Because I didn't win that. That was quite convincingly, that was.
Did you have...
he said it himself anyway. He said it himself at the time.
And I can imagine you saying that.
But,
do you have any memories of the Smith brothers?
Yeah, good memories of...
Please tell, because I never get bored.
Ernie, me and Ernie were good friends, and we had a lot of laughs and jokes together. I can't remember what we said, but we always had a laugh.
You said you were a big joker in the back.
Yeah, good joker. I can't believe what happened.
No.
Before his brother had done the same thing, I says to him, Billy, why did he do it? He says, I have no idea. Because I got in contact with Billy. I tried to get the fight off him. Me and his fight, you see. Because I wanted to upload it myself, you see.
Yeah.
But I did speak to Ron Gray's lad, and he says, all them fights are still on VHS. He says, we gave it to the Wolverhampton College. So I need to try and get over there.
Yeah.
Because I want that one. And who else did a fight from Pat Cowdell's gym?
Right, get off this mic. We're going now. We're going to find that fight out. We're going.
There's a few fights I want to get. He said he'd get them to the Wolverhampton College, so I'm going to try or phone up or something and see if they got them so I can get them. So I just want to copy them onto a disc and then upload them.
That'd be good, mate. Yeah.
I wonder if they'd give him to me. I wonder if they would.
If they've still got them, I'm not just saying this to put Cecil, but will they throw them away?
That's right.
I hope not.
You would hope not.
You get me? Because you can't even get VHS now.
No.
You're lucky if you can get a DVD player. I've got one because I like to upload something first, then go and try it out to see if it works on there.
But you see, so any more stories about the Smith brothers, mate?
Well, I can't think of one directly. Really, what we had.
There were always big characters in the dressing room, weren't there? And I always heard that
He was my good friend. I didn't know Billy too much because Billy had come in when I'm near enough finish, I think.
Yeah.
But me and Ernie were good friends. Me and Ernie were. We saw one another all the time and hugged one another and sat together. You know what I mean? At a lot of shows. I can't believe what he done. They were only originally from the road there, you know.
Yeah.
It's up to Stourport.
Yeah.
Which is probably, about 8 miles from here? Stourport, 8-9 miles from up the road, Stourport.
It hurts, mate, to
It's
see what happened.
closer here to the Birmingham. Stourport is where I am.
It's tough, mate, isn't it? I mean, like it says, but you think you beat him on the night then? You think you did enough?
Absolutely.
Oh.
Nah, absolutely.
You'll be looking down now, pointing and saying, I'm not having this half.
Well, that's why they gave it a draw. That's why they gave it a draw.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise they would have robbed me more and gave it to him. Even if it was, even if I'd done enough, but it weren't as close as it was. You know, I'd done enough, they would have gave it to him. But I won that convincingly. They gave it a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it happens, yeah.
Yeah, and that was on a Pat Cardell promotion, which he was with Pat when he turned pro.
I hope you're not looking down and shaking his head at us now. What a guy, what a guy.
He's a good guy. He'd laugh anyway.
He would.
I said, I won that. And he said at the time when I'd fought him, I said, you got that. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're good on there. Like it says, Mark Smith, top fighter. Yeah. Brian Coleman, top fighter. Ernie Smith, 3 top lads you went in with there. Top road warriors there. Yeah. Now, there's a guy who I used to see a bit who you fought. He says he lost by TKO with Thomas McDonough.
That was a cut. That was a second.
Was that a cut?
Cut eyelid.
He was a good fighter, him, you know.
I got the draw with him, but even the draw was it was close. So it was a close one. The first one, the second fight, it was a cut eye. That's the only reason why it was a stoppage. So it wasn't a knockout, and it was going into my eye, and Nobby still wanted me to carry on, but the referee said no, it's going into his eye, so I'll have to stop it. Yeah. Otherwise, it would have just been a distance. So, you know, when you look on your record and you see TKO, people think you're knockouts, but they're not actually knockouts. There has been a fight when I've been put down and I got back up to fight and referee had probably stopped it. You can go and look online because I upload them. One time I was scared to do things like that, thinking, people will laugh at it. But you know what? I don't mind. I think it's my career. Put them up so people can have a look. And you can have a look at some of these because they're online, the stoppage ones. So I fought one when the guy was a bit heavier than me. I took too many shots. So I put down, the referee stopped it. I thought it was probably a good stoppage, but I weren't knocked out. I mean, there's been a couple of stoppages where I've been stopped.
Who were they then, mate?
Thomas McDonough, he was too heavy, a bit bigger than me. I got stopped on that one. On the other one, I can't remember what his name is. They're all online.
Jason Hall.
How did I get on with him? Did he stop me?
No, you beat him. I will go come back to your from that to your KOs. I was going to come back to a big win against Jason Hall for your KO.
Where was he from?
You says here, Jason Hall won TKO, your call Bethnal Green with Ian John Lewis in charge.
Oh, I remember.
Come on, Harvey, you can't forget these.
Yeah. I remember what happened.
Because he was a decent record, as well.
Yeah, but you know what would have happened? You see, I think I was lucky in that one.
Did you?
I think that was a bit of luck winning that. I think I lost the first round. I threw a hook and it hit him and it cut him and then got stopped. That's what happened in that game. That's what happened in that.
Good win that,
That's it with an elbow, but it was a right hook and it cut him on the eye and it got stopped straight away. So I remember now. It's online, that is as well.
Yeah, but a good win that, mate. Yeah. And we will come back later on to your next one where I think you might have got hurt and stopped. We'll come on to that in a bit. But we'll go on to, after that, mate, great fighter in Junior Witter, mate.
Have you gone and look online for that?
No.
It's online.
Is it?
I've put it on. Well, I thought to myself, why
I'm not very good online, me. I'm rubbish.
Just type in the name, Junior Witter. VR Mittoo. Bring the fight up.
I'll be cheering for you though. I've wanted to win and it's not going to happen.
Let me tell you guys about something about fighting Junior. Junior was at the time when I fought him, he was in a situation where he knocked a lot of people out. am I going to be an idiot to try and rush in and get knocked out by him? You're going to use your brain and fight on the defence. So what I done was I went into defensive mode and fought on the outside and done what he done. When he throws his jab, try and counter and jab back. If I tried to go in there, he would have sparked me. It seemed a little bit difficult for him to knock me out if I'm doing what he's doing to it. What he's trying to do to me, if I try to do to him, is he going to knock me out?
Yeah.
And at the time, let's not forget, he did come to watch the boxing. He didn't come to fight.
No.
And I had no one to fight. And I said, you fancy fighting half? So he got changed and he fought me. How about that?
Wow.
I know.
Oh, what a great story.
He had come with Isham Pickering to watch the fighting and end up fighting me. That's what happened.
That's brilliant, mate.
I know, how about that?
Well, you're a good fighter as well, mate.
Absolutely brilliant. It was very awkward with the shots coming at funny angles and screw shots and everything. Yeah. Brilliant fighter. Very flashy.
You're always good to watch. I mean,
very flashy.
He also did a number on Max Maxwell, Did you hear about that?
Well, how did he get on with Max? Max is a good fighter.
You see, Max were that come around that fight, and Max were
Max become a journeyman, but he weren't a journeyman to start.
But he was a strong lad, wasn't he, Max? But he got a phone call, and he said, I think this is how it happened, if I'm not mistaken. He got a phone call saying, "Will you fight Junior this week?" And he says, "Oh God," he says, "I'm really not well. I'm met up with cold. I'm really not feeling good. I could do with not taking it." And he says, "No, just take it. I promise you'll go easy. It'll be a nice work for you, Max." So Max says, "Yeah, go on then." Went down. He says, "I've got in." He says, and he absolutely leathered me. He said, "But he didn't stop me."
Yeah.
He said, "But he absolutely." He says, "Go easy on me." He said he didn't.
No, I think I'll be honest with you guys. Maybe Max was a little bit heavier than him, so I don't think he probably wouldn't have stopped Max anyway with it. Max was a natural light middle.
He said he actually pounded him. He says, but he never stopped me.
No, he wouldn't have stopped Max. He wouldn't have stopped Max. Max is a natural light middle, so he probably walked around heavier than that. So I don't think he would have stopped Max. So
I think he was
a good fighter himself, wasn't he?
I think he was suffering with a chest infection at the time. He really didn't want to fight. But he were like, obviously, he took it on. But yeah, someone we're going to get on the show later in the future is Max.
I hope so. Oh, a lovely guy. Bumped into him the other day, actually.
Still scares me.
I was driving in a car and he was by the side. I bibbed you on and waved to him. Yeah.
Why are you scared of him, Mark? Nice, he says, "I'm a nice guy." I said, "Just a look about you, Max."
Max is a lovely guy.
I know he is, but he just scares me. Is that look?
Lovely guy, Max. And Midland champion, and we won a British Masters as well. I think one of them titles, didn't he? Yeah,
he most certainly did.
Good fighter.
Nah, I'm gonna move on from this. I've been desperate to get this out. Do you know what I said? I didn't know if you fought a Metrodome. You did fight the Metrodome.
I told you.
I know, but I didn't want to mention it. Right?
It was in my mind. I thought when you said,
is you going to mention it before?
No. I remember fighting there. Sometimes when people say things, I've got a long time memory, and it was in my head. I thought, and when you said, "Yeah, I fought there," I thought I'll go and look that up after.
Well, you know what?
Google it.
I played dumb, and I thought, now I'm going to say I don't remember. But you know why I didn't say it? Because you won on that night, Alf. You won in the Barnsley Metrodome.
Did I win?
You most certainly did.
Did I stop the guy?
You stopped him with a cut.
Did I stop him with a cut?
Yep, Chris Steele. He says he has Steele stopped with cut on left eye and cheek.
Wow, I remember it well.
See, I was going to say, I'll play dumb, but you won at the Barnsley Metrodome, mate. So did Delroy Spencer.
Guys, can I tell you though, I didn't go to win.
You didn't go to win?
I didn't go to win. I just went to give him a workout for him to win. That's what not many people know this. But I didn't go in that fight to win that fight. I went in that fight just to give the guy a workout and for him to win. So he fought me after that. I don't think he fought again, did he, Chris Steele?
I don't know if he fought again after that, but I had to get that one in, but I thought, I knew you fought the Metrodome and I played dumb, but like same with Delroy, it's always special when a journeyman wins it.
Yeah.
At Metrodome for me.
And the thing is, I didn't.
And you and Delroy's both done it.
Yeah, I didn't go to try and beat Chris Steele. I went to have a workout. I thought, I just kept hitting him, throwing shots, and they kept hitting him. But I didn't actually go in there with intention to win. I just went in there, and that was the time when I had the dreads. Look there, it's online. It's online. Steely. That's when I looked like that. I think it was about 2000, was it?
Yeah, let's have a look at that, mate. Wow. Yeah, 2000, mate.
Yeah. I went there to lose. And if you look online, that's the one where Nobby says, if you don't fucking win, You're walking home.
Is that what he said to the Nobby?
When you guys go online, have a look. When you go online, yeah.
I've got plenty to watch tonight online.
Yeah.
If you don't win this, you're fucking walking home, he said to me.
Yeah, normally we can't see these fights, but you're uploading them.
You'll hear it when you go on there.
Yeah.
You can hear it really loud. And that's what happened in that situation. But I didn't go in there to win. I went in there to do the defensive things, sort of go in there, throw through jabs and move around and bob and weave, and you know how it goes. And then I'll fight next week again. But there it goes. I thought, I'm throwing shots and he's not moving out the way from him. Every time I threw something, it hit him.
I wonder if Chris Steele were from Barnsley.
Yeah.
He must have been.
He's from Barnsley. Barnsley fighter.
I thought he was. But you also fought Rob Burton at Barnsley Metrodome as well, mate.
Rob Burton. It's online also.
Is he, like you just said
A lot of
there?
these fights, I've done them myself. I've uploaded them and they've got commentary in the background on them as well. Yeah.
Rob Burton were a good fighter though,
He's
mate.
a good fighter, but if you look, you can see, if I probably tried, he probably could have beat this guy. You know, I mean, I was fit and everything, but I just moved around, you know what I mean? And yeah. There was a situation where we grabbed me and he threw me on the floor. I used my hand and I sprung back up on my feet. I just had a laugh. Everybody was booing. The crowd was booing, boo. But, you know, you're used to all that. It didn't bother me or anything. I weren't even nervous or anything, you know what I mean? Rob, like.
I was too young to go then, mate, back in them days.
How were you?
Well, 2000, we'd have been 18.
Would have been out partying.
Wow. It's funny. You see, guys, how time flies.
It does fly, doesn't it?
Doesn't it fly? So I went pro when I was 24 and I retired when I was 34. My little lad was about to be born, and I said to the British Boxing Board, this 100th fight is my last fight. You know what they said to me? Nah, it won't be. It's easy money for you. You'll be back. I never came back. As soon as the lad was born, I retired. Yeah. He's 18 years old, he is now.
That's better than any world title, though, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, absolutely. So he was 18.
Any baby
he was 18 on Sunday. He's a barber. He's an hairdresser.
Brilliant.
Well, it's no good on me, but it's not a decent one, this guy.
Send him my way.
Definitely, mate.
And look how quick that's gone. You know what I mean?
It is.
And
I think
I never went back.
Since I got to, I think when I, obviously, way past 30, obviously now, but I think when I got to 30, the year just seemed to fly by.
Yeah,
guys, I think from the day you leave school, your life flies by in front of you. If you look at it, when you go to school, your infants and juniors go really slow. When you hit them senior school, it seems to go like that. Then you're 16. Next thing you know, you're in your 50s, you're in your 40s, you're in your 30s. It goes away, and it's all just. But guys, I don't know. You know, like when you get a boxing purse, because I struggle in life with nothing. When I got these purses, I didn't go out and blow them. I tried to look after them. So while I was boxing, I tried to think, well, do something with this boxing. When you start, you know when you're going to finish. So when I went in boxing to start, I knew there'd be a time to finish. I didn't think of there as a time to just keep doing it till something happens to me or the board will stop me. Oh, you've had too many fights and you're getting stopped. Stop yourself when you're ready to stop.
On your terms.
On your terms. Have a goal to do something. Well, you know what? Oh, I've had a lot of fights. What about leaving it at 100? That's a goal. Leave it there and stop then. And when I done that, and when I had my last one, people said, oh, you won't. You'll be back. It's easy money for you. You know how to, when shots come out, to move your head and move and throw shots back and get out of the way of shots. It's too easy. I said, nah, once I've had this fight, I won't come back. No. I never did. I remember it, having my 100 fight at Gower Road. Was it a football ground? It was a football ground.
I'm not sure, mate. Carroll Road?
Carroll Road.
Norwich.
Yeah. Where was it? Norwich,
yeah.
That was my last fight, yeah.
Right.
The draw, mate, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you won it?
Yes.
Said that, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I won it.
Thought you would have done, mate.
You know something? I actually hit him. And it was a knockdown, but they didn't class it as a knockdown.
It's a shame that, mate, isn't it? On your last. But you never had no regrets, you never wanted to come back then?
Never. Once I finished, it was finished. And I would never wanted to come back. And I'm glad I finished. And there was no reason to wanting to come back, because when I went into amateur boxing and into professional boxing, I was doing it when I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
When I went to them, I'm not doing it anymore, I'm finished, that's it. Then it was done. And there was no coming back or anything. That was the end of it. I had no intention of going to come back, you know.
But I'm going back onto your record here, mate. I'm glad you didn't have any regrets on that.
No regrets whatsoever. No. But one thing, guys, I must tell you, I'm a big fan and I like to follow it now, hugely. and love memorabilia and that kind of thing. But as for the fighting, nah. And I love watching it though. But I'm glad I finished when I did.
But going back to your career, mate, here then, I don't know this name, but it looks a tasty record at the time. You might know more about it. I've got down here, lost on points to Gavin Down.
Gavin Down, you know what?
You're 18-1 at the time when you fought him.
He was a good fighter, he was.
Yeah.
Even though I nearly stopped him a few times. I remember.
Did you?
I remember hitting him with some hooks, left, right and centre. And what was his trainer's name, guys?
No idea. I don't know much about him.
Brendan Ingle.
Oh, an Ingle guy.
Quite a lot of Brendan's fighters. I hit him with some good shots and it wobbled him all over the place. And Brendan was like, keep your hands up. You're going to get stopped. Keep your hands up. That's another fight I'd like to have. I've asked him if he had anything. I've got it in the loft somewhere. I'd like to watch it because I remember hitting him a few shots and wobbling him over, wobbling a few times, in the first fight I fought him. Sometimes if a fighter hit you and it hurts, you thought, you're trying to hurt him back.
Yeah.
If it hurt you.
Yeah. But was he a good fighter then? Do you find him a quite decent fighter?
He was a good fighter. He was a pretty decent fighter.
I can't say I know much about him, but he stuck out on the record at 18-1.
He was a good fighter. He was a good fighter. Actually, he fought Alan Bosworth, but he ran out of steam. And he got stopped in that, He did. He fought Alan Bosworth. Alan Bosworth gave him a good fight, but Alan Bosworth stopped him. Yeah. I think it was for the English title. But Alan Bosworth got the better of him. Well, I think it was more that he was tired.
Yeah.
What drained him and he couldn't carry on.
Yeah.
What caused him to get stops more than being knocked out. You know what I mean? Yeah. He just got drained. He was drained. He couldn't carry on. He got stopped. Yeah. Referee stopped the fight.
Now, one fighter I do know, I always used to enjoy watching, who you went in the ring with, and it must have been a place to go 4 rounds with him, Lee Meager.
Lee Meager? Wow. You lot guys have got a good memory. You guys have. I remember that fight.
He was good.
You know that when I fought Lee Meager, Lee was from a group called the Class of 1999.
Yes.
There was him. There was Carl Froch. There was a few others. They all faded away, and he was only left with Carl Froch, Robert McCracken. You guys know that. Robert McCracken had a group of guys he was training. There was about 7, 8, 9 of them, and all Nobby's guys took on one of them. I took on Lee Meager. Brian Coleman took on someone else. Peter Buckley took on someone else. And it was like them against us, I remember. And I took on Lee Meager. But in the end, I don't know what happened to all of them. The only one who ended up being successful and carried on was Carl Froch. You know, Carl Froch left. Well, he had a gang of, there was about nine of them.
I think he was a British champion, Meager, though, wasn't he?
He won the British title and he lost it to Murray, didn't he? Not?
John Murray.
John Murray. I'm sure he did. But he did win a British title. But I had a good fight with all... we had a good fight together.
I think that was a good one to be in with that, mate. I just like Lee Meager.
Yeah,
and like I said, at the time, he was a big prospect at the time, wasn't he?
He speaks sometimes online, And,
I've spoken to him a couple of times. Do you know what I have? I said to him, I says, if you know any good journeymen, cause any trouble and that, I says, well, you're passing my way. He didn't mention your name, Av.
Did he mention
He
it?
didn't, no.
You're joking? You must have forgot about me.
I don't think he did, mate. I think we all know who you are, you see. He did pass I cannot remember his name. And he passed me somebody on, and I went, I never really heard of him. Marty Chestnut.
Bloody hell. You ain't gone and seen him, have you?
No?
You're my friend, he is.
No, I've got his number, but he hasn't got back to me.
He's from Nobby Stable. He's one of us.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. When I come to the gym, he was already there. Elite amateur, he was. Marty Chestnut, good journeyman. You can't not get him on the show. He's one of the main Nobby Nobs fighters alongside Brian, Peter, Carl Taylor, Paul Wesley.
Mittoo.
They're the main. They were the main guys. They were there already when I went there. You know what I mean? Oh, not one more. I'm glad I remember him now. Anthony Anna.
Gets mentioned a lot, does that guy?
Another fantastic fighter. Oh, what a fighter.
Funny you mention Anthony.
He didn't like losing, though.
Do you know Anthony Anna? Was he a bit of a tough nut?
Very tough nut. What made you say that? He's a fireman.
I'll tell you why. What made me say that? He's been mentioned a few times, right? But I did my seconds license a few weeks back in Manchester. And the point was raised about ANRAPs. And if you had to wear ANRAPs, if it was a necessity, or you could have to wear them. And the great Les Potts himself said, no, you don't have to wear them. There's a certain boxer, I remember, Anthony Hanna, refused to wear them, never wore hand wraps. And he He said, no, didn't used to wear hand wraps, you used to wear it in bare.
In the end, you end up wearing hand wraps. Maybe that's why. You end up with bad hand, and you had to have the tape put in certain ways.
He got the mention.
And he had to have him had surgery as well to get him fixed.
Oh, yeah. And he said he was the main one. He says he never wore hand wraps.
Okay.
And I thought he must be a tough nut.
Well, that guy, anyway, he's from Nobby's End, where he lives. That's where he was from that way. And I know that I remember him hitting me. Bloody hell, even though my head was still there, because it was only like about 8 stone something, it nearly come off. Felt like it was going to come off. He couldn't hit hard for a little light, skinny little guy. I thought, how come he can hit so hard?
So we definitely got a couple more lads lined up, haven't we, for next show?
He could hit hard.
I just thought when he was the one who got mentioned, and I thought he must have been a tough nut, Anna.
Hey guys, I just wanted to say this quickly. There was also a woman, or Spa, was a world champion.
Come on.
I can't remember her name, but she was from West Bromwich. She was the IBF champion. She must have been about 8 stone. I was an amateur at the time, and I sparred with her. And she hit me, and it felt like she was hitting me with bricks. And I thought, what's going on? It's funny. I couldn't understand. Apart from Anthony Anna, a woman I sparred with, and she was like, she was about 8 stone.
Wow.
7.5 stone, 8 stone, from West Bromwich, an IBF champion. And she hit me, and I can never understand how come she could hit so hard. I don't understand. You sometimes have to say things like this to one another. Well, how? I just don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's not wrong with that, mate.
Her was like that, and Anthony Anna. Them two the people, I thought, how come they're so light and they can hit so hard?
Good technique.
Well, I've got here, mate. You said you got hurt again. It wasn't John Marshall by any chance, was it?
John Marshall? I think that was probably a referee stoppage.
It was referee stopped it,
yeah. When a knockout, yeah. Yeah, he hit me.
So he's not the one who hurt you then?
That was probably just a referee stoppage. I probably could have carried on, but probably the referee probably thought saw enough.
Yeah.
Because that happened like that. And another fight I could have carried on. The referee is a pal of mine, Sean Messer, was a friend, and he stopped the fight, and I could have carried on.
Yeah.
You know, that's happened against a guy from Scotland who actually won a British title. And he didn't hurt me, but the referee was a pal, and he started saying, nah, you shouldn't have stopped it. Because, guys, don't forget as well, when you get stopped, you've got to have a month rest, you know. So you can't earn any money for a month. But I was all right. I was fine. He threw some shots. They were quick, but it didn't hurt me or nothing. And the referee called it off. It was Sean Messer, someone I know from my own town. But he shouldn't have stopped it. It annoyed me.
There's always one that grates people, isn't there?
There is a couple like that. There's one online. I was fighting someone. I thought I could have won. He put me down, and I got up. And he put me down again, and the referee stopped it. It's the one I thought I could have won, funny enough. I know you. There's 1 or 2 fights that annoy you in your career, isn't there, where you think, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have stopped it. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, it's too much. Okay, it's fair enough, stop it. It's too much. Too much weight on you. You're bigger than me. You know what I mean? But times where they've been stopped, and they shouldn't have been stopped.
But moving on from that one, mate, another one that stood out, I didn't know much about, but he had a record of 20 and 1 draw. Oscar Hall.
Oscar Hall. It's online. Have a look at that if you want as well. It's one online. Just a bit of boxer, awkward, flashy fighter.
Nothing
from the Nazim gym. Never hurt me nor nothing.
No.
Just a fight he won on points, and he wasn't going to knock me out, and he weren't going to do any harm to me.
Steady, nice work.
Yeah, steady, nice work. It was just a work, just going bobbing and weaving. Hit me with a few shots, but the shots didn't hurt me. None of the shots hurt. But he hit me and he landed. Steady, nice work. Just a day at the office.
That would day at the office for you.
Yeah, nothing I was going to be knocked out or be pulled out on a stretcher or anything. Just go through the round and do what you got to do, and that's what I've done. Yeah. You know what I mean, lads? You know.
And he won 20. Did you say what were you?
20. He was 20 and 1 at the time. 20 win at the time before Harvey was 120 and 1 draw.
I mean, guys, you know, in a lot of fights, people don't realise, but their records are building up, aren't they?
And that's why
sometimes it looks frightening.
Yeah.
It's not always what it is on paper, is it?
That's why I always like to bring them up.
Yeah.
Because these are fighters who obviously might have been half decent, but if I don't know them, they might have been padded, but they might have also been good fighters who don't get a reckon. Yeah. And if I can give them a shout out, so that's why I wanted to mention Gavin Down, and that's why I wanted to mention Oscar Hall.
I mean, Down was a good fighter, but I fought him back when I had to.
Yeah.
Nobby's top fighter, Paul Wesley, was world class, but he won 16 fights and lost about 50-odd fights. But he was like a world class fighter. People looking and saying, bloody hell, how can he lose so many fights in a row?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think it's a case of who you fight and if If the fighters you fought are dangerous and stuff, or have you gone in fighting with them, or did you go in just to lose? I mean, OJ Abraham is a perfect example of that.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? OJ from Watford. Look him up. OJ Abrahams. Look him up. A huge banger. I mean, he had a couple of fights with Wayne Alexandra.
Yeah.
Wayne Alexandra was a knockout merchant.
Yeah, well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he had a good... I mean, he got stopped in the end. He says, I didn't have enough time to train because when I had the first fight with him and I tried to knee him in the balls, the board wouldn't let said I couldn't train and they give me a ban for doing what I'd done. But when I fought him the second time, I didn't have enough time to train and I was knackered. But that second fight, OJ Abraham and Wayne Alexander, what a fight. The amount of knockdowns in that fight. Oh, my word.
But going on from that, I love how you need him in balls, mate.
Yeah. Did he Wayne Alexander, he got kneed in the balls by OJ and the board, they banned him for a bit.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they banned him.
Can't do that, mate, can you?
No.
You went in with a road warrior in Chris Saunders as well, didn't you, mate?
Oh, you know what? He was a good fighter.
A strange record, you know, Chris's.
I don't. All I can say is for Chris is Chris had a lot of... I don't understand why he couldn't have been managed properly, not with a record like that.
Yeah.
Bully's a hard fighter. He was hard. He hit me hard. He put me down. I think he put me down near enough every round. When I got back up and fight, he seemed like quite a awkward, very awkward fighter. Very, very awkward. And I think, how can he have so many losses? Yeah, but let's not forget, guys, he did win a British title because he did beat Dale Bryan, who was a good fighter from Nottingham. And he stopped Dale Bryan.
Chris Saunders from Barnsley.
Chris is from Barnsley as well.
Thought so.
Yeah. Is that where you guys are from originally,
Yeah.
Barnsley? Yeah.
I can remember him winning that British title, you know.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Someone from Barnsley actually won something in boxing.
Yeah. Good fighter as well.
Yeah, little flashy trims he used to have,
I
didn't
don't
he?
know how come he could lose so many. Well, obviously not managed
Well,
right
it was the time that you fought him. He were 117, lost 21, and drawn 1.
And guys,
You don't win a British title without being a mug.
Nah.
No mug.
And you know, when I fought him, then he was a fantastic fighter. I thought, how can he lose? Well, I know now. But at the time, I thought, how's he lost so many fights? A fighter like that?
I can imagine round about that time in Barnsley, I can imagine there weren't many boxers around. We don't get...
Okay, that's all. Because I thought, how can he lose so many fights? So I fought guys with perfect records. There was nowhere near as good as him.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? So that's something for us all to learn, and we know now.
Certainly is.
Yeah. You can have a record of 20 wins. You could have fought someone 7 or 8 times. It's happened of one person who ain't been too good and fought someone who's lost about 50 fights and probably won one. Them sort of things to get your record into a perfect record.
Yeah.
But what happens if you fight someone like Chris Saunders, who has fought guys with perfect records, and they're probably not just from here. There could be Russians.
Yeah.
There could be guys with perfect records, but are very hard. And if you got wins with them and you got a lot of losses, then you're going to be a damn good fighter, aren't you? Yeah. And I think in his case, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to meet him, but never met him.
These things you wouldn't know. Oh, he's a lovely guy.
I'd love to meet him, but he's not on
he's in your town anyway, so you probably get up. You'll probably be bumping into him at some
I don't
stage.
think I ever have. I would love to. I have tried getting in contact with him because we do always try to make exception for Barnsley fighters to big him up. But it's not one I can find. But we'll try and get him.
Yeah.
Looking
It'd be
at
nice
the
to
future.
get hold of him.
Now, there's one person I've got to mention. The Joker of the pack, top fighter, Lee McAllister.
Oh, gosh, I saw him the other day.
The assassin.
Yeah. He reminded me a bit of the guy from your end, Chris Saunders.
Yeah.
He was another one. Every time he throw a punch, I fell all over the place. You know, and he comes to me after and says, I couldn't even hit you. Every time he hit me, he put me down. You know what he says? He bought me some pineapple and lemonade. I don't drink alcohol. He bought me a glass of pineapple and lemonade. I said, Lee, I don't drink alcohol, but you can get me a pineapple and lemonade. And he bought me a pint. And he said he was a very humble, modest guy. He said, I don't think hitting you hurt you. I think it was just that you was off balance. And that's what he said to me after the fight. Every time it was so slippery and I fell over every round. But I saw him not so long ago.
He's a fan of the show, is Lee?
He does a lot of shows. Then he does a lot of boxing, but on another, not the British Boxing Board. He does it on another association.
He does, yeah.
On another association.
But yeah, he's a fan of our show, isn't he? He likes to listen to it.
Yeah.
Good fighter.
He was a very good fighter. Well, he still fights, doesn't he? But under another license, doesn't he? Another association.
I think he's got some kind of promotion now as well.
He's under something called Bieber.
Yeah.
That's what he fights under, you know. Yeah.
But yeah, classy fighter, mate, he was, wasn't he?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, he had a cracking fight with John Murray, but John Murray caught up with him, didn't he?
It caught him quite a lot, didn't he, John Murray, though, in like that as well.
Yeah,
he had an engine on him.
He's good at fighting in close,
yes.
isn't he? A lovely guy as well, oh, John.
So they'll move on from that then, Harv. What did Barry Morrison who hurt you?
Barry Morrison never hurt me. He was fast. And Barry Morrison threw fast shots at me. And the referee stopped the fight.
Right.
I was really upset with that fight because I never felt a thing.
No?
They were fast jabs. I thought, bloody hell, he's fast. And the referee stopped it. And I knew, like I said, I knew that referee, the pal of mine, Sean Messer, his name, he stopped it. But he shouldn't have stopped it. That's a fight what shouldn't have been stopped.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been stopped. I think it was going into the fifth round, he got stopped.
Another one that frustrated you, mate?
That was another frustrating fight. Yeah, very infuriating. You know, I should have definitely stopped that one.
Yeah, well,
I know Barry done well. He won a British title himself, didn't he? But yeah shouldn't have.
Should have stopped you, mate.
Shouldn't have stopped it.
One of them that winds you up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Another one that winds you up.
Absolutely.
We're not talking about that, mate. We're going to move on. The one that did stick out to me, another class fighter, very, very sharp, very, very quick, wasn't he, for Ashley Theophane?
Oh, he was very sharp.
Wow.
That was a very, very sharp. Have you gone online and seen that one?
No.
This is no lie. There's a fella. Oh, I'm annoyed because I can't remember his name, and I wish I could remember his name because he's a lovely guy, and he got the fight for me and sent it to me. He says, "Oh, I got it from abroad somehow." He got a lot of my fights and posts them to me, and he don't charge me for them.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
yeah.
Moving on from that one, mate. Class fighter with Theophane, wasn't he?
He was very fast, wasn't he? Another one who won a version of a world title, didn't he?
Yeah. He won a Mayweather's blows, wasn't he, as well? He was a Mayweather, didn't he?
That's what people don't know, did he? He was a Mayweather fighter, wasn't he? He fought here and probably got robbed in a fight, you know, he did, against someone who I fought. And then next thing you know, he was in America, fighting on American cards, wasn't he? Good fighter, flashy, fast.
I've got his book, you know.
Did he got a book out?
He has got a book out, yeah.
I didn't know that.
You could buy it online. But yeah, so one of the best you went in with Theophane.
Speed, fast.
Speed. I thought the speed would be the thing.
I mean, guys, the actual hardest guy I fought was a guy from Scotland, you know. But I think that he had a little bit more weight than me, but he hit hard. And guys, I don't know if you can help me here because you know what? There was a contender, USA versus UK.
Yeah.
And that guy who I fought was hard from Scotland, he fought K9 Bundridge.
Oh, I remember that. I remember the K9 Bundridge.
Yeah, when K9 Bundridge come over and no one wanted to fight him, the guy who I fought, bloody hell, that's one. I didn't even realise he knocked me down. I went the distance with him, but he was probably my hardest fight. I was trying to look for it to tell you. I can't think of his name.
Scottish guy.
Yeah, Scottish guy. I fought him in Edinburgh. Colin McNeil.
Right, Colin
McNeil.
He was the toughest you fought then, mate.
Oh, really tough. You know, looking at a picture on action images, he actually put me down. I never knew I got put down. I didn't know I got put down by him. I just remember thinking, I was surprised. As I got warm, it got easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. At the start, it was a bit hard with the shot that was coming at me. But I would say that was probably my hardest fight.
Everyone's got one.
Yeah, it's right, isn't it? We all got a really hard fight. That was my hardest fight. Do you know what I mean? I thought, oh my God. You know
tough
what I mean?
nice work, mate.
Very, very tough night work. But then he was a light middle. I was never a light middle, you know, guys. No. I mean, really, I started off as a lightweight, really.
Yeah.
And had most of my fights at sort of lightweight, light welterweight, you know what I mean?
You were always all right handling your weight, staying at weight.
There was never no problem, you know.
You're a road warrior, mate. You're a road runner. There's no better way to lose that weight, is there?
No problem.
I mean, you must be the only person I know who says you actually enjoy running. Not many do.
I've always run, you see. You know what, guys? I've done a few, when I was at school, I run for the area. I've done a couple of little mini marathons and stuff like that. So I always like doing it. You know what I mean? I always did. And especially if I had a bit of music to listen to as well sometimes. But then sometimes I could run without music because you're on the road.
Yeah.
You know,
there's always things to listen to.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I just find it hard if I was on a treadmill. then it's hard because you ain't got no company.
So going towards back end of your career, Harv, we've got to mention this. You went to Worksop, and I've got here a TKO win against Gary Connolly, and it says referee John Keane stopped it.
Oh, I'll tell you what happened. I remember that I was getting booed.
Right. Even more sweeter. I love them.
Why did I try to stop him, but it was all right with it? I don't know. No, I think they didn't mind. The cornerman thought, his cornerman says, "Oh, I've got to fight for you. You know, just do what you want." This was the words. You know what I mean? And I remember fighting this guy and stopping him, and a lot of money got few pound coins and 50 pences and stuff got thrown in the ring after. What do they call that kind of thing? Nobbins, did they call it?
Yes.
Yeah. That happened after that fight. I stopped him. Yeah, I remember that.
He's sad though, isn't he? He's awful because you get a lot of German got that back in the day. I mean, it don't happen as much now.
No.
But then it did, and it's wrong, innit?
Yeah.
And like when I meet you with some force, they hurt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'd have been your con that day, I'd have been down there, me and get him in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'd have been coming out a lot richer.
I remember that. I don't know if he fought again against. Did he fight again after that?
I'm not. You see, I haven't. I apologise to the listener that says could have been ill this last couple of weeks. I haven't put.
No.
I've only got the list here. So I do apologise for that.
No, don't apologise. Don't apologise. I just wondered.
But a lot of times when you do beat them and knock them out, they don't fight again.
Was his debutant? I'm sure he was.
You always debut.
Yeah, well, yeah. And
in workshop that one there.
I actually remember trying to, if you can win, try to win, sort of thing.
Absolutely.
By Dominic Ingle, saying that to me. I remember.
He said what, mate?
If you can win, try and win off.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't normally say that.
That's it. You don't. That's a very strange one, mate. Me and you were looking at each other now thinking, that don't look right. Now I'm going to pass this one to Scarfe to pronounce his name for me, this next one. Because I know him, but I always get his name pronounced wrong.
Well, you never know. I might not get it right here. Oscar Milkitas.
Yeah, Milkitas. Talking of when I said to you, Ashley Theophane, he ended up going to America.
Yeah.
Who did Ashley Theophane lose to in one of his fights? To him.
Did he?
Yeah.
You see, the reason I mentioned Oscar...
What made you mention him?
Do you know why? Because...
It's online.
This time last year... That's
a fight online, that is.
Yeah. This time last year, I ended up meeting Oscar in very strange circumstances.
Have you met him?
He trains a lot of journeymen and women now.
Does he?
I think it is.
Where is he based there?
I am not sure, but I met him last year at the Metrodome when I ended up looking after Farouk Decor.
Okay.
And he was looking after him that night, Oscar, and I think he's got a stable of fighters now, and he's got his own gym, and that's why I mentioned him, and I wanted to finish on him. Yeah. Because I didn't know he'd beat Ashley Theophane, so I'm so glad I mentioned him as well. Yeah. That's a cracking win. Yeah. Because I wasn't quite sure.
He's passed away now. He used to have all the videos, but what he done, he just sent it me, he put it on YouTube for me. Eric Guy. You ever heard of him? He used to have a video of, if you wanted your video after the fight, go to him. He'd have it. Right. Yeah, on VHS and on DVD. And I said, you got to fight with me and Oscar, and he sent it to me, but he just put it on YouTube, so it's on there.
But a good fight then. What do you reckon to Oscar then?
It was just, we just done a bit of body work and stuff. We're nothing special, like, you know what I mean?
I think you're doing quite well, now in the training ranks.
Is he doing good in the rankings now? Like, training ranks, like.
A friend's on Facebook with him, and he's got a lot, obviously, foreign journeymen and women.
As well.
And women.
Yeah, we just had that.
But he's out pretty much every week with his fighters.
Oh, is he? Yeah, we just had that like a fight. It was nothing. It was just another day at the office. It was one of them ones, another day at the office sort of thing. But yeah.
When I saw him with name then, I thought I'd like to mention him because he's doing well.
I don't know if I thought him at Canary Wharf, I think. Round that way.
He fought him at Earl's Court, Ibis.
Okay, Earl's Court. I mean, that many fights everywhere there and where. It was hard to remember where some of them were. There was quite a few fights at Bethnal Green also. I know there was a few there.
Yeah.
There was a few down Grimsby that way. I mean, they were all over the country, weren't they? You know what I mean? I can't even remember.
He must have seen some great sights, though.
I saw some fantastic sights, had some fantastic times, staying in hotels in Scotland, and you had your meals and everything. You were always looked after very, very well. Nice promoter in Scotland. He always looked after us. Can't remember his name, but it was a
Tommy Gilmore.
Tommy Gilmore.
Had to be, didn't it?
Thank you. What a lovely guy. Well, looked after me and Peter. We put us in digs, have our meals and everything. Well, as much as we can eat, and paid us. And went on the next
Gets
day.
a lot of good mentions, Tommy.
Lovely guy, but he always looked after us with money.
So you should.
Looked after us with food. Eat as much as we can and everything. And while we were there waiting to fight, we were there in the day. So we was there in the day. We just chilled and dust and listened to music and everything and just do what we want to do till it was time to fight on the night.
So we're going to wrap it up at the 100, mate. Like you said, We've talked about your last fight, the draw. You think you got the victory.
Oh, absolutely. I thought I'd won that.
It's a shame you didn't get that.
I wish I had.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a...
And do me a favour, go and watch that fight. So when I tagged him, did he not put him down? Did the referee put it down and the slips?
Well, let Scarfe watch it, because if Scarfe thinks he tags him, it'll be a genuine one.
Yeah, Scarfe, if it, just to be honest, you know, we're all you guys are lovely, humble guys. And I'm a humble guy. I just want you to tell me the truth and say, no problem.
Well, now I know you've got all these online. I've got about a month's worth of watching to catch up on. Yeah. So I'll watch.
Well, all you got to do is put in of Mittoo, and a lot of them will all come up anyway. Hey guys, you know what? I think what was a nice thing. You know what? I gotta say this. A guy called Gavin Hammond, he's a good friend of mine from Wales. He done this for me. I bought a boxing glove. It was a Paul Lingo boxing glove signed because I like memorabilia. It was signed from Paul Lingo. So I bought this online, so I put it in the loft. I didn't open it till a week later. When I opened the boxing glove, there was a letter in there. My full name is Arville. Mittoo, by the way. People know me as Arv, because when I was at school, people called me Orville and Anvil and stuff like that, and I didn't like it, so I decided to use the name Arv or Harvey. But I bought it on my debit card. So this guy saw the name Arville. He said he was selling the memorabilia. His name's Gavin Hammond from Wales. And he left a letter in there. When I opened it, there was a letter. Are you Arv Mittoo? If you aren't, take no notice of this letter. But if you are, give me a ring. I remember you very well. I watched you a lot of the times, taking these up and comers through their paces, moving well and stuff. Ring me. So I rung him. He came. What he said to me is, "Do you fancy signing some memorabilia? I sign a lot of memorabilia to people, but you're just as deserving as they are." He brought a thick amount of memorabilia pictures of myself with these pens to sign them. He was here for 2 hours. And he made me sign me all, and he paid me. I was only here for 2 hours. And he paid me.
Does that make you feel good, though, mate?
I felt really, really good.
So you should.
I've become good friends with this guy. We just have a chat and
I
stuff
think
online.
I've bought memorabilia off this guy as well.
You know what I mean? Gavin, you have.
I have.
You know why you have?
I have.
Because he's told me. How about that? Oh, my word.
I do get around.
Oh, my word. How about that? Yeah. He says, you know these guys you've been telling me about? Because I told him. He says, I'm a bit disappointed. Like, I let these guys down, because they've contacted me and I says, yeah, I've done it. Not to realise later, I can't do it because I'm in places. That's the only reason why I can't do it. These guys said, I said to them, I'll do this, not remembering I've got things to do. And I've looked up the line and I've said I've done it. But before I've said I've done this with you, there's places I've had to be.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to do it on about 3 occasions. So I said to my missus, I'm here on a Friday, I'm going to do it. They come, I think it's a good thing they're doing there. They're doing a nice thing. Why would I not want to do it? I want to do it. I like doing things like this. I like speaking to people about my boxing career and stuff. I think it's very nice of them. They're doing me a favour. They probably think I'm doing them a favour, but they're doing me a favour by doing this. That's what I said. You know what I mean?
Your story deserves to be heard.
And Gavin Hammond says, you know them guys he was telling me about? I met Gavin because I bought something of him. I says, I knew a guy named Arv. His name was Arv, not Arv. I said, it's me, I says. Yeah, he came down with all stuff for me to sign.
The shorts that we made from Jake, I made Jake and Nabil some shorts. Yeah. I got the shorts from him.
It's such a small world, guys.
It is.
Because really you know what? Yeah. Why it's a small world? Because my gaffer has got a caravan, and I got a WhatsApp picture the other about 8 months ago. Gavin's in my caravan. He says, "How about this, Arv?" I've known him for a long time, but all it was, he heard me talking about you with a gang, and he's come over and listened.
Yeah,
my gaffer from work.
Oh wow,
got his own caravan. Real.
Well, I think we could about wrap it up there, Arv. I think it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you,
guys. Amazing. Pleasure, likewise. Absolutely pleasure.
And you'll be one of my heroes, you know that.
And both of you are really nice guys.
One of mine now as well.
Guys, it's been really nice doing this talk. Really, really nice.
Yeah, it's good to reminisce, mate, and your story deserves to be heard.
Always good to reminisce. Always good to reminisce.
And it's always good to come and see somebody with all the faculties with them, looking well.
Thank you, guys.
Wearing a great T-shirt as well, Marcy, as well.
That's right. You know what? If it was done on film, a lot of these podcasts are done on YouTube now, aren't they? And, just in case. How could I not wear it? I thought it was a nice thing to do by sending me this, I couldn't believe it. I thought, what a nice thing to do. I thought, you know what? I got pictures of what was sent to me, what was signed. I had to sign them. What I've done, I signed them. Mittoo, 100 and out. What I've done, I found out one of these pictures I've got. So I'm thinking, Okay, I thought I'd give it to you guys.
But yeah, been an absolute pleasure having you, Arv.
It
Thank
really
you,
has,
mate.
guys.
Thank
And
you
all
so
the best,
much.
mate, going forward.
Catch you soon. Keep in touch.
The Journeyman Cave is produced by James Proud. Music by Ryan Carrier. Special thanks to Rhythm Inc. Studios for hosting. All views expressed are of the guests only. The Journeyman Cave and host bear no responsibility for any opinions given. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter @The Journeyman Cave.